Hey everyone, my name's Samantha. Welcome to Top Dog Tips. I am back this week with another product review for you. Today I have this Sleepypod harness, and this is called the Clickit Utility Dog Car Safety Harness, and it's specifically made to be used in the vehicle. There's a little collar piece here that you can see has a little ring on it that you can clip a leash to, but this is predominantly made for the car. So some other car seatbelt type harnesses are made to be both a walking harness and a car harness. This one is really specifically made for the car. Not saying that you can't use it, but it's much heavier and bulkier than a traditional walking harness. So it's not something that you would use for everyday walking. It's just simply great for the car. If you're going to the vet or whatever, you can clip a leash on and walk your dog in, not a big deal. But as far as comfort for everyday walking, this isn't going to be your best bet. So again, this is a Sleepypod Clickit utility harness, and it comes in multiple sizes. If you're looking for an everyday harness, again, not your first choice. This is also very expensive, so chances are you're going to want to look for a much cheaper harness if you're going for everyday harness. If you're looking at dog seatbelt harnesses, this one is on the top tier for expense, but the reason for that is because it is much safer and it's been tested a lot more than any other product on the market. So I'll talk about the price and then just hear me out for the rest of the review, because there is a reason for it. So the extra small harness starts at $90. They have a small, a medium, and then the large, which is $100, and the prices range in the middle there. This is the small size that I got for our little beagle, Molly, who you'll see in a little while because I'm going to show you how this works in the car. This is a patent pending design that's similar to a 3-point seat belt. And what happens is, so you have this collar part that you slide over your dog's neck just like a traditional collar, and that does have an adjuster there so that you can, if your dog has a smaller neck, I don't want to adjust it too much just because it's already fit for our beagle, but it's really easy to slide that. All the hardware on this, you'll notice, is metal as well, which that is a big plus for me. You don't find that often anymore. A lot of them are plastic, but this one is made to withstand car accident impact. So it's made of all metal hardware, which I really enjoy. So you slide this part, your dog's head, kind of in here. So this padded chest plate is on his chest, and then you have these buckles and you crisscross them. And then the only plastic hardware that's on here are the buckles. So you just buckle those. And then your dog is in there. Now, this isn't all. This car seat also comes with these, we refer to them as tie-downs. I know that's not the best word considering you're using them on your dog, but if you have a baby or have ever had an infant car seat, a child car seat, you will recognize these. They're the same little buckles that are on child car seats, and they attach to each side of the harness. And then, and if you have never had a child in your car or a car seat in your car, you won't even know this, but every car made after the year 2003, and some of them before 2003, but it depends on the model, but every vehicle made after 2003 has to have little metal brackets that are specifically made for these little latches on child safety seats. Now, Sleepypod made these attachments that are the same, and they click onto those in between the back of the seat, where the back of the seat and the base meet. That's in that crack right where like your seat belts come out. That's where you're gonna find these little metal brackets, and that's where these clip to. So if you think about it, okay, here's your dog and he's strapped in. This is where his butt sits, and now you're gonna clip this part, one on each side, into those little metal brackets on the base of the seat. So now not only is your dog stopped from moving all around or going into the front seat or anything like that, but also his back end is secured from moving horizontally in the seat. So that's what really takes the Sleepypod Clickit utility harness up a notch, as opposed to other car seat belts or seat belt harnesses that just support your dog. They secure him kind of on his back, and the harness does all the work. If you get in an impact, your dog, that chest plate is what's going to take all the impact in your dog's chest. That'll disperse it through the chest, but that's where all the impact's going to be. The Sleepypod harness holds your dog's back end in place as well, so his entire body will be stopped from shifting forward. With another harness, his back end could come out from underneath him. There is the risk of that. There is no risk of that with the Sleepypod harness. So, like I said, it's certainly more expensive, but this harness is much more durably constructed. It's much more thought out and planned out as far as crash testing goes. And speaking of that, this harness has been put through dynamic crash testing and static tensile testing of all the critical safety components, which would include the webbing of the harness. The hardware, like I said, is metal as opposed to plastic. The only plastic are those little buckles, but everything else is metal. And then the stitching also has been put through these tests. So you know that even on impact, where things are stitched together, that it's not going to fall apart. And this was tested using a 30 mile per hour crash test. That is the same test used to test child safety seats. So, again, with the latches that are used the same as the child safety seats, the testing is the same as the child safety seats as well. So this has really been put through extensive testing to make sure that your dog is going to be as safe as you would want your children to be. We think of our dogs as our little furry children. This is something that is made to keep your dog very safe while in the vehicle. It has been crash tested up to 75 pounds, so obviously some of us have dogs that weigh more than that. It's not to say that it's not going to keep your dog safe after 75 pounds, but it's been tested up to 75 pounds. Let's see. So speaking of the baby seat latches, you do need to have these in your car. So again, every model year after 2003, if it's after 2003, you don't have to worry about it because it became a regulation then. Before 2003, you just want to check because a few models had them, but not everyone. So if your car is older than 2003 and doesn't have those latches, it's kind of, it would be a waste of money really to buy this this harness. It will still keep your dog safer because he will be buckled in, but that you're not getting that added benefit of having the latches. So keep that in mind. Sleepypod also has a very, very specific measuring instructions because, let me unclip this, because you kind of do this figure 8 thing where you take these and instead of it just buckling like over the dog or on the same side, you're wrapping it around. So you measure your dog in a figure 8. You start around his neck and then you come up. So like say you start here in the front of his neck, you wrap it around, or actually you start in the back of the neck, and you wrap it around. When you get back up here, you do the figure 8 around his body. So it's a very specific measuring instructions. You can jump on their website and find that. They actually even have a video on there that shows you exactly how to measure your dog. So if you're thinking about that, with any harness, you really want to get the measuring instructions right, but it's particularly important for the Sleepypod harness. So I am going to show you, again, like I said, what this harness looks like in action. I'm going to find my little dog Molly, and we are going to buckle her in the car. So I will go find her, and I will be back. Alright guys, so here is Molly in her Sleepypod harness, and I've attached the, I mentioned these little straps that go into the metal things for the baby seat latch. So Molly's not really thrilled with me right now because she doesn't like to be strapped down in the car. She likes to be a wanderer, so that's why this works so well for her. So, no, don't tip over. I need to do something on the side. So here in between, like I said, the back of the seat and the base of the seat, you're going to find these little metal hooks. If your car has those, so make sure it does. And you just want to snap that on there. And then you'll see these little buckles on the side of the harness that you're going to snap in there. Molly. I know. You're being awful silly. So now she's strapped in. Like I said, I did the other side because I knew you guys wouldn't see it on the video. So now she's strapped in on both sides and she can't move that way horizontally, which is something that most harnesses don't offer. So Molly is nice and secure in there. And then the other thing that you do is just your regular seatbelt. You're going to take it like you would to buckle in a baby seat, and the little crisscross here on the back of the harness, you just kind of feed the seatbelt through there. I know. I'm going to have to stand in front, sorry. But you just feed the seatbelt through there. And then you buckle it into the buckle on the other side. And now you can see Molly is seatbelted in from going forward. She's seatbelted in from going side to side. And she is completely secure in here. Yeah, she's not really happy about it. But she is completely safe in here with, you know, this really, really well-made harness. So Sleepypod is certainly, they've obviously won a lot of awards, and they have been recognized for being one of the safest harnesses, and you can see why. There's a lot more to it. It's definitely a lot more time consuming to get your dog in the car than it is in a standard, you know, dog seatbelt that just kind of plugs in there, or a harness that just sort of clicks in with your seatbelt. But your dog is safe from moving vertically, safe from moving back and forth, and definitely secure in their seat. You can tell that Molly's very comfortable. She's not happy about it because she likes to move around, but this is for her safety, and she's definitely very comfortable. You know, the chest plate here is nice and padded for her, and the width of it will, you know, support if she, if we were to get in an accident, will kind of spread out that impact and not hurt her. So you did good, I know. So here is the Sleepypod harness. You know, it does only take a few minutes to get your dog in there. You do need to adjust it at first. You can see that it's snugged right up for Molly because she's so little, but once you adjust it, you know, that will take a minute the first time you do it, but once you adjust it, you'll be all set and good to go, and it'll just take you a minute after that to snap your dog in each time. It is well made, so these adjusters don't slide around on their own or anything. If you have any questions on the Sleepypod harness or any harnesses in general, dog harnesses or dog car seats, dog car seatbelt or seats, whatever you guys have questions about, anything dog related, I'd be happy to answer those for you. Yes, I'll unbuckle you. That's not fair because we're not moving, huh? We have to lean this way. There, and it just takes a second to get your dog out of the car seat, out of the car harness as well. So it's simple, but if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. You can email me, Samantha@topdogtips.com, or you can find us on our website, which is topdogtips.com. You can find us on social media. We are on, let me have it. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Google+. We have a YouTube channel. We're on Instagram. There, see, this is what she likes to do, is wander, and oh no, she's going to be sad and curl up in a ball. You're okay. So find us on social media, subscribe to our channels, of course like us on Facebook, and you'll get all that information as soon as I post a new product review or a product comparison, a how-to video, anything like that. No. Good girl. You'll be the first to see that as soon as it's posted, so be sure to do that. And if you guys enjoyed this review of the Sleepypod, you can find it on our YouTube channel. Give it a like, and of course share it with your friends and family. I will see you guys next time with another great product review. Thanks for tuning in.